lost any viewers. I was trying to sound like a claptrap there, it probably didn't work. Today is my top 10 games for 2014. Now, the previous video is 20 through 11, so go check that out if you haven't yet. This time it's 10 through 1. This is the top 10. And again, this is my personal list, so please respect that. I know it's not going to match up to yours, and that's perfectly fine. But please respect my opinions and what I enjoy. And like I said in the previous video, I'll have trailer links down below in the description box so you can see what I'm talking about when I mention these games and see if it's something you'd like to play. And let's just get started. Number 10, Wolfenstein: The New Order. Now, I'm not the biggest first-person shooter fan, but this is phenomenal. I loved it. It doesn't make you motion sick, so if you suffer from that, it's perfectly designed, okay? Just when you feel like you're about to start feeling a little queasy, it goes to a cutscene. So they just did this very, very well. You play as, of course, BJ Blazkowicz, the star of the Wolfenstein games, and you know you're going up against General Death's Head, and you also meet some really crazy characters along the way, and it's amazing. Of course, you go up against the robotic dogs, and this story is basically the Nazis won World War II, so you're in an alternate dimension, timeline, past, whatever you want to call it, and you're just trying to bring down General Death's Head, and you go to all these different locations. It's a beautiful game, and it can be quite tough at times. I'm not kidding, it can be quite difficult. It's so much fun, and it just brings back that feeling of old school FPS games. I enjoyed it so much, and never having played a Wolfenstein game before, it kind of makes me want to go and play some of the older Wolfenstein games. So I really enjoyed this. I really did. It was a great first-person shooter, and it was better than I thought it would be. I had so much fun with this. I couldn't put the controller down. I just kept playing this until I finished it. So much fun. So that's why it's number 10 on my list. Number 9 is The Walking Dead Season 2. Telltale's Walking Dead Season 2. Now, a lot of people complain about The Walking Dead, which I understand their complaints. It is a slow-moving game, but The Walking Dead encompasses the zombie apocalypse but adds emotions to it. You play as Clementine in Season 2, which if you haven't played Season 1, I won't spoil anything. But you play as Clementine, and she has to decide if she wants to trust certain groups of people. She sees some familiar faces from the first season, if you've played the first season. And, you know, you play as this little girl trying to survive in the zombie apocalypse, and there's so many touching moments, so many heartbreaking moments. The story is very well done. Of course, it's got the typical Telltale essence to it. You have the dialogue choices, you have the point and click aspect, you have the timed QTEs, and there is blood and gore in this. This one, I think, is probably actually gorier than the first season. Some moments in this season actually made me cringe. The first season, I didn't cringe, but this one made me cringe because of what was going on screen. And it's just so touching. And actually, in this season, your choices matter. You can get several different endings, actually. Not like the first season where it's just the one ending. This one has several different endings, which is very intriguing. And it's really well worth picking up. But I'd say if you want to play The Walking Dead, start with Season 1. Just so you're in the loop and you have kind of a personal touch to your game. But yes, very, very, very worth playing. Number 8 is The Wolf Among Us, another Telltale game. Now, I actually enjoyed Wolf Among Us better than The Walking Dead. The Wolf Among Us is based on the Fables comic book series, and, you know, it stars Bigby Wolf, who is the big bad wolf, but he's living in New York City now along with other Fables. They have to wear glamours. If they don't wear glamours, they have to go, and they're exiled to Fabletown. Wait, Fabletown? Yeah. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've played it. But they get exiled if they don't wear their glamours, and a murder happens. And Bigby Wolf is the head detective, so he's solving these murders, and it gets more complex as you go through. And there's iconic characters from like Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales, some mythological creatures. It's amazing. There's Snow White, Toad. Toad is awesome. He's foul-mouthed, and he's just... I loved Toad. His character was amazing. And this game is so beautiful. It's got that neon-tinged 80s feel to it, noirish feel to the game, and the soundtrack is amazing. I can't wait for season 2. A lot of people complain about the ending to The Wolf Among Us, but I actually thought it was intriguing. And I really liked how your choices mattered in this game. You could go through several different routes during the game. You could choose to follow this guy, or go to this place or this place, and it can totally change your gameplay experience. And I love the characters. The voice actors were phenomenal. This game is definitely worth playing, so check it out. It's really, really, really well done. Number 7, Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. I had never played a Diablo game before this, but this is so addictive. I love the looting, just all the looting, okay? Looting is so much fun. But I love the action of the game too. It's hack and slash, you can choose from different classes. It's got that kind of RPG MMO feel. It's ported really well to consoles. I was really surprised by how well it was ported. And you know, I like the story. It's not pronounced, but you find the story through reading different scrolls and notes and talking to different characters, and I love it. I love it. It's so much fun. You can just sit for hours and play this game. Like, it's so simple to play, but it's so much fun. And I can't gush about this enough. It's so addictive. Like, I have not had the pleasure of experiencing this with friends, so I can't tell you about that, but the single player, if you play it by yourself, it's so much fun. So yeah, I highly recommend this game. Number 6 is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Now this is a very unique game for the Vita. Danganronpa is based off an anime, and you are, I don't want to spoil it too much because if I spoil it too much then it won't be fun to play, but you're basically a student who is accepted to Hope's Peak Academy where only the best of the best go. But the thing is, you're not the best of anything. You're just average. So you're like, why am I here in this school? But you soon learn that this school has some secrets. And you deal with murders in this game. You have to do class trials, and the class trials are so much fun to do. Monokuma is the best villain I've seen in a while. He's a robotic teddy bear. He's evil, but he's adorable at the same time. And you know, he has these rules set up, and part of the game is you're going around making friendships, and when you make friendships you get perks that you can use in the class trial and stuff. The other part of the game is the class trial system where you're trying to find out who murdered the victim. And if you solve the mystery of who killed so-and-so, that person gets murdered. But if you don't solve it, everyone besides the murderer gets killed. It's kind of like Saw meets Phoenix Wright meets 999. It's a visual novel type of game, but it's hilarious. The characters are very well done. I loved all the characters, but Sayaka and Kyoko are my favorites. And this game is beautiful. It's definitely a must-play if you have a Vita. I would actually say this is a system seller for the Vita. A lot of people haven't played this game, which is a shame. You need to play it. It's amazing. And it's quite lengthy. It took over 20 hours for me to finish this, but I loved it to pieces. Number 5 is Alien Isolation. Now, Alien Isolation is amazing. If you're an Alien fan, this is the game you were hoping for. It looks just like you were transported back in time to 1979. Just from the intro itself to the game, it's kind of like, oh. It's very reminiscent of the first Alien, and everything in the game looks very old. There's clunky CRT computers, there's all these like gadgets and stuff that were from the 70s. And you start as Amanda Ripley, Ellen Ripley's daughter. She's trying to find her mom, so she goes on the Sevastopol to try to find her. But she soon learns that it's not the best idea to go on the Sevastopol because the alien is there on the ship, and there's androids and working Joes that want to kill you. And this game, oh my gosh, this game is terrifying to play. And not in the sense that it's scary itself, but just the tension of, you know, you don't know when the alien is going to come out because it's, you know, unpredictable AI. It can come out at whatever time it wants. So you're constantly on the edge of your seat, gripping your controller, hoping the alien doesn't show up, because if it shows up, your only option is to run and hide, because you cannot kill this alien. And if the alien finds you, it will kill you either by sucking your face off with its second mouth or impaling you through the stomach with its tail. So this is a very well done game. It's very taut, very tension filled. It's amazing. True survival horror. If you're an Alien fan, play this game. It's amazing. It's beautiful in that kind of retro sense. Definitely worth playing. Number 4, The Evil Within. I enjoyed this game to pieces. Now this game is hella hard, okay? It's hard, but it's so much fun. You play as Sebastian Castellanos, a detective who is sent to an asylum to investigate this murder spree that happened there, and you quickly get involved in a lot of trippy stuff. Let me just say, trippy stuff. You have 2 companions, Joseph and Julie, and you just go around through this world and see some demented creatures. You see these horrific bosses, which the bosses are one of my only complaints about the game. The bosses are cheap. They can kill you in one hit sometimes, and you just have to kind of find your way through trial and error about how to defeat the bosses. But it's a true survival horror game. There are some moments where it makes you jump. It's not truly terrifying, but it's kind of psychological. And yeah, it's true survival horror because you only have a few bullets at a time, a few health syringes at a time, and you have to go and upgrade all of your abilities and, you know, find resources because you can be totally screwed. You can come up against a boss and have 5 bullets and that's it, and you're screwed. So this game is very difficult, like I said, but it's so worth it. Is it the most gorgeous game ever? No. But with a survival horror game, graphics to me don't really matter. What matters to me is the tension, the atmosphere, the design of the creatures you go up against, the, you know, the panic of realizing you're out of ammo or health or whatever. And this game encapsulates that perfectly. The story is a little weird. It doesn't answer all the questions, but there is DLC coming out, so that might answer the remaining questions. But it's a very worthwhile survival horror game, so if you haven't picked it up and you're a fan of the genre, The Evil Within is perfect for you. Number 3 on my list, this was super hard to pick between 2 and 3, but 3 is Bayonetta 2. I adored the first Bayonetta. It was one of my favorite games of last gen. Bayonetta 2 ups the ante. Now, it was kind of a shock at first to learn that this is going to be a Wii U exclusive because, you know, the first Bayonetta is full of cursing and gore and violence and almost nudity. And this one actually ratchets all that up completely, like way up. And I was kind of surprised. I'm like, whoa, Nintendo published this? But it's amazing. If you're into hack and slash action games like Devil May Cry and you're looking for a gorgeous game to play on the Wii U, this is it. And if you don't have a Wii U, this is a system seller. Trust me, this game is amazing. And if you get it, well, you can only get it on the Wii U, but it comes with the first Bayonetta also, so it's a great value. And just learning about the Umbra Witches and the Lumen Sages and, you know, getting to see all the familiar characters from the first game like Rodin and Luca and all those other characters is amazing. And seeing Bayonetta herself, she's as beautiful as ever. This game is gorgeous, 1080p, gorgeous, amazing, 60 frames per second I think. This is the definitive action game of the year. Amazing. This is a must play. I could go on and on about Bayonetta 2. Number 2 is actually South Park: The Stick of Truth. Now, I was worried about this game because it kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed, and then it was just going to be a last gen release, but I was surprisingly, my expectations were overblown. I was surprisingly surprised. Let's go with that. But you play as the Nukin town, which they ask you what your name is, you type it in, it doesn't matter because you're immediately called douchebag. You can choose between the typical RPG classes like warrior, mage, rogue, and Jew, the controversial choice. And you can slide between either Cartman or Kyle, and it's just so much fun. They actually recreated the town of South Park for a video game, and you just get to explore the town. You get to see iconic characters from the show like Officer Barbrady, Jesus, Al Gore, you know, all these different characters. It is so amazing, and you get to see, of course, all the boys. It's so much fun to play. Is it difficult? Not especially. The hardest battle in this game is against stinking Al Gore. He's the hardest battle. But it's so much fun. You get to go around and collect Chin Pokemon. You get to go to all these iconic locations that were in the game. And it's so much fun. And you can summon like Jesus or Mr. Hanky and all that to do special attacks, which you can only use them about once in the game. And it's just amazing. The boss battles are epic. The game is RPG light. It is turn-based, but it's very simple to use. and you can have you choose your companion. I personally love to use Butters the most, but some people prefer Princess Kenny, which yes, Kenny is a girl in this game. This game is just so over the top. Like, the alien probing section was actually banned outside of the US. I don't know if it was banned everywhere outside the US, but I know in like Australia and I believe England, the alien probing section was actually banned. But it is very graphic. This game is graphic, it's got gore, it's got language, just like you would expect in a South Park episode. And this is actually like a whole season of South Park. It's amazing. If you're here, yeah, I'm starting to sound like Jimmy. If you're a South Park fan, you owe yourself to play this game. If you're not a South Park fan, I don't know if I'd say play this because it's very, very heavy on the fan indulgement. It makes fun of the game industry. It's just amazing. So, if you're a South Park fan, pick this up. It's incredible. And my #1 game of the year is dun, 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 Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, I adored the first Dragon Age Origins. I liked Dragon Age 2. It was a little disappointing, but I liked it. Dragon Age Inquisition is mind-blowingly amazing. You get to do so much in this, like, oh my gosh, this game is so lengthy, there's so much content. Like, you can finish this game and not completed a lot of the content. You get to customize your own character, the Inquisitor, and you get to meet this amazing ensemble of characters like Sandra, Varric, Dorian, Sarah, Blackwall, you know, all these different great characters. You can choose between all of them and choose 3 to make your party up. You can choose to be a warrior, a mage, a rogue. Is that all you can choose from? I think so. Warrior, mage, rogue. Yeah. And you can choose to be a human, an elf, a dwarf, or a Kunari. It's amazing. The customization is incredible. You can make your character look like a character from a TV show or a video game or whatever. I made mine look like Laura Haddock from Da Vinci's Demons and Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a very well thought out customization aspect creator thingy-mabobber. But the story is epic. You can fight dragons, you get to go and defeat giants and, you know, demons and all that. This game is so worth the money. It's just so much content for your money. This game is a must play. If you're an RPG fan, pick this up. Even if you didn't like the previous 2 Dragon Ages, this one's way better, okay? Way better. But they took the best aspects of both games and put them in this one and added even more awesome stuff. So this is why it's my #1 game of the year. There's so much to do. Epic storyline, epic customization options, and it's just amazing. I love BioWare. So those are my top 20 games of 2014. I know you're going to differ. Yours is going to differ. Let me know what yours were. Your top 5, top 10, top 20, whatever. Either by commenting or leaving a video response. And if you like this video, please leave a like. It's super duper helpful. Comment down below. Favorites that your friends and family can see. Share me as long as you do it nicely. And remember to subscribe for more videos of geekiness and randomness and other kind of stuff. I hope you enjoyed my list, and of course, like I said, trailers are in the description box down below for every game I mentioned. I love each and every one of you so much. I'm running out of air because I'm talking too fast. Peace and kisses. Bye!